Hey, what's up, guys? So it was a pretty big patch on the PTR Tuesday. It was Heroes of the Storm 2.0. Pretty sure everyone who follows Heroes of the Storm has seen a couple videos about it. So I'm gonna leave mine till later. Had a couple big changes, of course. Just cover that in a later video. But for now, I'm gonna head over to Cassia. So Cassia is a really weird assassin, to be honest. She's ranged, but she has about half of normal ranged auto attacker's range. So she's not truly a ranged assassin. Also, her passive makes her very tanky. So I don't think she really counts as a ranged assassin, but she also doesn't count as a bruiser. She's in a really weird spot, to be honest. Let's take a quick look at her skins. Personally, I don't know. I like her base one most. You have her master skin over here, which is pretty good. It's pretty cool. I like both of these. And then you have a pirate one. I don't really know why. I don't really. I think her base skin is, I don't know, good. And then our master skin, which isn't really a master skin anymore. I don't know. It's, I think her skins are alright. They've had heroes with better release heroes. So let's get into it. I've already tried to record a video on this, and I even uploaded it, but there was no audio to that, so I have to re-record it now. So it's not really my first impression anymore. Basically, she's going to have 2 good builds and 1 or 2 very niche builds that you probably won't ever be taking, because the other 2 are just way better. Let's turn Fury off. So, her passive. When she's moving and not mounted, her shield will start to glow like that. And that means that her passive is active. When her passive is active, she takes 65% less damage from hero auto attacks. This is big. Basically, Cassio's role is to counter auto attackers, and her passive is one of the things that lets her do it, but she has more than that. Like, I mean, as you can see, her range is really small. So to get the most out of this passive, you want to have to stutter step. Attack, move, attack, move, attack, move, So she's going to be kind of hard to master. She's pretty hard to play, but she is a lot of fun. Her Q, it's rather thin skill shot. When it hits a hero, it splits in 2. Actually, when it hits an enemy, it splits in 2, kind of creating a T shape. And again, it does the same amount of damage on the way out. And her W is, it's a kind of big radius. After a short delay, everything in there is delayed for, how long is it, 2 seconds? And it comes with probably the best thing in her kit. Enemies that are blinded, she deals 15% extra damage to. And this goes to everything. Her heroics, her abilities, everything. You can see those crits. Right there. No, and there's of course, talents that make this better. And then her W, it's a short leap. And then she repeatedly does a lot of damage to everything in front of it in a small cone. It deals half damage to minions, so it's not the best wave clear, but she does have it for some sort. Let's set level to 20, and let's get into her heroics first. So first one is Ball Lightning. The level 10 version, it's not that strong. I think her level 20 makes it a lot better. It throws a ball of lightning on a hero, and that will bounce between enemy heroes, dealing damage. If there's no other heroes other than one hero, that the one you're throwing it on, it will also bounce on Cassia, but it will do, you know, reduce value because you're not getting any damage out of that when it does that. Like the base one, it's kind of weak. It's not that strong. But the level 20 version makes it a lot better. But well, we'll get to that later on. Now our other one is Valkyrie. Valkyrie kind of works on the same targeting system as Zul, like this. Summon the Valkyrie, and it does damage in that whole path on the first hero hit by it. So if I do it like this, and there's a hero right down here in the back where my mouse is, it will get that one first, and if there's another one down there, it will just get damaged and it will be knocked away. Also, while doing it, it's stunned, so it is really good at, you know, interrupting, you know, specific ults, like a Lily ult is really good at capturing this. Now, one thing that's important to note with this, it doesn't follow you. Once you've cast it, where you're currently at will be its ending position, so if you move from that, it will not change like this. It doesn't follow me, it only follows me where I cast it. Now, this ult, the utility of this ult, it's so valuable, it's so good. You can get a KT or Morales to the front line. You can interrupt a very important ult. You can catch someone who is chasing. Its utility, it's pretty much endless. And since Cassia's only utility is pretty much her W, I personally think it's a better ult, but you know. Alright, so let's get into the talents. Now, like I said, it's going to have 2 very strong builds and 1 or 2 niche builds. So let's I'll start talking about the first row of talents, and then I'll start going towards a build. First is Thunderstruck. Whenever you hit a hero, after hitting 20 heroes, its damage is increased by 75. After hitting 40, its mana cost is halved, and it has a second charge. By itself, it's not that impressive. It's just some free damage, and the extra charge, it's nice, it helps, but by itself, it's not that great. Truth Sight, damage blinded heroes, so they have to be blinded and then you damage them. 80 times, it increases its blind duration by 1 second, and when you're getting it, it also increases the passive extra damage by another 10%, dealing 25% extra damage. This one's pretty good. By itself, however, there's not that many good talents that actually make it better, so I don't think it's that great. But there's a neat little trick to stacking this. So wait for Arthur, so you do this, and then you throw your E right at it, and you can see that it already gave me 6 stacks. Every damage source counts. Right there. Every damage source counts, and because this deals damage 6 times ish, yeah, it deals damage pretty often, so you can stack this really fast. However, I mean, the reward is only an extra second on blind. The best part of it is extra damage on her passive. And then you have charged strikes. When you activate it, your auto attacks deal 25% damage, and it bounces to another hero. So with that, you know, you get another 35% extra damage with your blind too. So this is really good. So the 2 main builds that I'm going to be talking about, it's a Q build, which gets a lot of value later on, and Charge Strike, which is a little bit better early on, but also still gets a lot of value later on. And as for the 2 kind of utility builds, it's mostly the level 13 and 16 talents that make it relevant. So it's to level 4. Level 4 is a purely a utility defensive E kind of trait. Emit inner light. Whenever you're stunned or rooted, you launch a blinding light on top of you. It has a cooldown of 6 seconds, and its radius is increased by 25%. This is really strong, like really good, especially if they have, you know, an Illidan and Arthas, and they are focusing you. You know, Arthas roots you, you just throw it on top of you, and Illidan's blinded and can't follow up. It's just really strong, but you know, will only work if they have, you know, really good CC. This is great against like a Johanna who has that mini stun of her, ETC, Muradin, stuff like that, that will CC you pretty good. Also, it helps deal with your weakness. Now, Cassia's main strength is her passive, that she can, you know, get that extra little huge defensive boost against auto attacks when she's moving, but if she's not moving, she doesn't get it. So that's really important, and this makes her way more survivable. It's pretty damn good. You have Ring of the Leech. All damage you deal to blinded enemy heroes now heals you for 25% of the damage done. This works on all on blinds. It's the same with your passive from your W. Works on every blinds, Lily blinds, Joe blinds, everything. It's good. This is pretty much going to be, I don't know, your best basic survivable that will work in, you know, every case, if you have, you know, another good reliable blind. Otherwise, you want to take Plate of the Whale. Get 5 health regeneration per second when your passive is up, and every 5 basic attacks that you absorb from it that's reduced by it increases it by another 1 health per second. It stacks for another 15, so you can get a total of 20 health per second, and it also increases your maximum health by 10%. Now this is just good. It's good in every situation, will always work. It's just a good baseline. It's just always good. Now at level 21 she has almost 4k, so with that she will have that 4k. It's good. It's good. All three of these are pretty good in the right situations. Probably want to take Plate of the Whale like, I don't know, 70% of the time, just because it's the better baseline one and it doesn't require your team. Yeah, because I am. Alright. Scratch that, I'm talking too fast. Impale. Enemies below 40% take 50% increased damage from Fend. Let's get Arthas down real quick. Alright, now, this is, as you can see, there's a lot of damage. It's really good. It gives Cassia a really good execute. However, it should be noted that it is on a 10-second cooldown, so you're probably going to use this at the start of the fight, or you have to save it. It's not that great. It does have some pretty good talents later on that make it pretty good, but it's not that great. These talents. Then you have War Traveler. She gains 3% movement speed every half second while avoidance is active, up to 15%. It stops when it's reset when she moves. So this is, you know, this is for purely chasing, which is good because Cassia has no movement speed other than the little charge on her E. So it's pretty good. However, you know, if you're stutter stepping, it is reset every time you stop to attack, so it does lose some value there. Then you have a Surge of Light, which is pretty much my favorite. After taking an amount of damage, you can activate your E, and it will just do damage in that area. Let's see some turret shots. There we go. As you can see, it fills up over there in your passive, and then you just boom. Just free good damage that is good for retaliating. show you guys stacking up a little bit. You can see it slowly turns blue, and when it's completely blue you can pop it. There's a pretty big radius, it's free damage. I personally like it. I think it's pretty good. I like it. And then I'm gonna take Valkyrie, just because Valkyrie is, I don't know, the utility that it gives her, it's too great to pass up. Now, this is the talent tier where it starts to really deviate. You have Grounding Bolt. Your Q now slows enemies by 20% for 1.5 seconds. It doesn't seem like that much, and it's not that great until the level 16 talent, but you know, it's a free, good, reliable slow. It's nice. Thunder God's Vigor. Enemies hit by the primary missile of your Q reduce its cooldown by 1 second. With Thunderstruck, when you have that second charge, it might be decent. I don't know. It's kind of underwhelming, to be honest, because Grounding Bolt has a way better synergy with a level 16 talent that make it huge, immense upgrade. It's, you know, it's not that. It looks way better than it is. For all, you know, primary missile. It's not that great. It's not that great. Then you have Sarah's Hymn. It reduces your W's mana cost, and attacking a hero that is blinded reduces its cooldown by 3 seconds. And that's... Why do you have to, like, kite? Can't you just be stupid and just stand still? I didn't even take it. Okay, so... So it pretty much reduced its cooldown to about 3 seconds. This is pretty damn good. With your True Sight, you might be able to get a lot more value out of it. You might even have it permanently up. It's pretty good. It's really good. Like I said, she's going to have 1 or 2 niche builds. Serves Him and True Sight is going to be one of them, where you focus on auto attacking. But you know, personally, it's going for a pure damage build, which I would do for Cassia. I wouldn't take that. Let's go. And then you have Lunging Strike. Its range and radius area is increased by 20%, and its duration is increased by ½ second. If you're going for Impale with it, and there's a good level 16 talent too, it's pretty good. It's an AoE, really good for finishing heroes off. So if you really need someone, you know, you have a Li Ming and you really need some hero that finishes off a hero, this is it's a good talent. It's worth taking. Yeah, I wouldn't say take it every game. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe the damage of the level 16 will really make it worth. We'll find out back then. But for my auto attack build, I'll be taking Grounding Bolt. Alright, now level 16, Pierce. Your Q's primary missile now pierces, but it splits when it hits a hero. Now let's see. So it doesn't split through it, so you might think on first thought that with that, it's great. But it only hits, you know, it doesn't go further after hitting. But you know, it's great on a map like Infernal Shrine, something like that, where you really want to hit a hero, but there's all kinds of stuff in the way, all kinds of clutter. That's pretty good. Oh wait, I tried to show it off, but it didn't even work. I'm stupid. Yeah, like it's... Oh, it actually does keep going, but because it's so short, I don't think it's going to be worth it. It's not that great. Now, then you have Penetrate. Every time your E hits a hero, their damage from further hits are increased by 3%, and it stacks. I'll show that off later. It's really good. You can pretty much kill Arthas from 40% with just that. It's really good. But again, it's tied on a long cooldown, and Cassia isn't really a mage, so it's kind of iffy. You know, like I said, if you really need someone to finish people off, it's great. Otherwise, I wouldn't really rely on it. And then you have martial law. Whenever a hero is stunned, rooted, or slowed, they take 3% bonus damage. They take 3% damage from their equal to their health. This is huge. This is really great. And this is also the one that I'll be taking. And again, this is what you took the slow for on your queue. So you have that slow by yourself. Now, you know, of course, there's going to be people on your team that increases that also have slows. It's amazing. Let's get down his. He doesn't have any block stacks, so. As you can see, I am shredding him. I completely shredded him with that. This is amazing against double tanks, especially if you have, you know, a really good, reliable slow on your team. Like, you know, an Arthas, Li-Mings usually take the level 20 talent. You have, like, all kinds of heroes that give a good slow. But this, she really becomes a very, very good tank shredder. Yeah, I like it. This is our auto attack build pretty much. Alright, and then at level 20, Infinite Lightning. Your lightning ball now bounces indefinitely, and every time it bounces, its cooldown is reduced by 4%, by 4 seconds. This is, oh yeah, let me just go and take it real quick. Arthas is already almost dead. See, but the thing is, it stops pretty fast, so, and it also only reduces the cooldown for enemy heroes hit. But you know, like if they wanna, you know, run and chase, you can just do this and just follow them. It's pretty good. You might even, let's see, let's find out. Might even be able to get multiple of these. No, it might, you know, reset it. Let's find out. So it does take quite a while. Okay, I did get a couple auto attacks off. Oh, okay, so you can stack these. If your team needs pure damage, this is a pretty decent option. However, realistically, you won't be able to do this. Let's have, let's have some fun. You know, I mean, of course, this isn't gonna be possible when, you know, you do it yourself, but you know, it's this, you can do this. Of course, the enemy team needs to be pretty much retarded, but you can do this. Alright, let's get to the Valkyrie one. Imprisoning Light. Upon impaling a hero, Valkyrie creates a wave of light that deals 480 damage, which is pretty much a lot. It's almost as much as the damage it does, and it roots them for 3 seconds. I can't really show this off, but you can see that light over there. That's that root that it does. So it is when the hero is grabbed. So it's not when they reach you. It's not instantly. It's at the end. It's really good. If you really need this CC, you can absolutely land a great route, follow it up with a mosh pit or another Malfurion route. you can do work. Also, it does work on clearing a shrine, it does work on a lot of things, it hits everything. It's not heroes only, so I think it's still a lot better. But one that's personally the one that I'll probably take is the last one. Titan's Revenge. Your attacks now ignore armor, and her range is increased by 2. So now this is her range. It's slightly more. It's not that great. It's not that impressive, but it's, I don't know. I think she really needs that extra armor and that extra range shred. It's pretty good, because especially with this build, she's going to be, you know, a tank shredder. So it's pretty important to be able to, you know, not be countered by block. Alright, now her second build, her Q build. Let's go take a look at that. Take Thunderstroke, obviously. Again, any of these are good. Then you probably want to take Impale. Again, either heroic. Either of these are good too. Like, I know I'm talking smack about Thunder God's figure because the 1 second off the 4 second, it's not that great. Might be able to get worth of it, but I don't know. I think the slow is pretty much unnecessary on Cassia's kit. Sorry about that. Unless, of course, you know, your team already provides enough slow. So let's assume they don't. Let's just take this one. Then you want to take either Pierce if you can, you know, reliably hit it, or you have to take that if you have Thunder God's Vigor, or take Penetrate, because that extra damage, it's big. It's really big. Well, let's just take Pierce right now. And either of these are good because you still want that extra range on your auto attack is always nice. That armor shred is also always nice, so either are good. I'll just take this one because the root is useless on, you know, one hero. So to complete the quest, I should turn off my cooldowns though. Like, it does good burst damage. It's not bad. It's not bad at all. That's what I'm saying. These are going to be pretty much her 2 main builds that I think, because it gives her a little bit more burst, less sustain, but more burst. It's nice. Personally, I like her auto attack builds. I don't like ranged assassins that are mages to rely on abilities. It should be extra damage. It shouldn't be your main source of damage. But this is, I mean, you know, it's pretty decent for sure. Now, the blind build. It's not going to be my favorite. So of course, you know, you take the blind thing. You will have to take Inner Light. It's immense. Look at this radius. It's immense. Then you want to take Impale, Valkyrie. You will want to take Lunging Strike and Penetrate and Imprisoning Light. So here's what you do. Do this. Boom. 1 Q, half life. But it's pretty much, you know, 15-second and 10-second cooldown. It's not that, it's, yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't know. It's more of a reliance on, again, you know, the... Oh, hold on. I don't even have my quest complete. Again, I mean... Like, you do really good burst damage with this. Pretty good AoE too, because the radius is a lot bigger. But I I don't know. Like I said, I really don't like the reliance on abilities when you're doing this. I mean, it does do a lot of damage. Like, I'm not joking about that, especially if they are grouped up and stuff. It's pretty immense. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think it's that great. Now, if you want to go even more utility, you can take, you know, either the slow or Serf's Hymn. Serf's Hymn might be good, so you can pull off this combo a lot quicker, a lot faster, more often. It's pretty good, but you really want that range and radius and that extra duration if you're truly going for damage. Now again, if you want the pure utility, if you want the pure blinds, you already have enough damage on your team, it's different and you can skip out on it, but otherwise Cassia is a heavy damage dealer, so I don't know, I think it's a waste to not take that with this build. So that's pretty much it on her talents. Now there's a couple builds that you can take, I mean a couple tricks that you can do. My bad. It's this, alright?
That's probably good.
So you do your R first, and right before it hits you, you throw your Q, make sure that it's a guaranteed hit, and then you follow up with everything. You might even, you know, throw your W first. It's like that. That's pretty much the Cassia combo. If you can pull this off, you can pretty much kill almost any squishies, really. Go die. Dude, let me show some stuff off. God, this tank. Alright, let's get a squishy in here, see what they do. Let's get someone who is not too scared of doing stuff. Let's take Kerrigan. Yeah, Kerrigan should be good. So there she is. Like, I pretty much eliminated her with just that combo. So it is pretty good. Let's yeah, let's try one of the different builds. Let's go for the Q one here. Alright, so there we go. Now let's get my trait full too. Let's refresh the fort.
Yeah, I'll be right back.
Right, there. Let's wait for her. Let's complete the quest. Dude, this is a lot better for chasing. It's pretty good. Its burst is not that high, but the burst is on a lower cooldown, and you have more poke with your Q, especially if you take the Pierce one. Yeah, I mean you take the Pierce one anyway. My bad. So it's pretty decent. My overall opinion on Cassia is that she's pretty good. I think she is going to be overrated though, but I mean that happens with pretty much every hero. Once people start to realize that Cassia is countered by, you know, mages and CC, she's not going to be picked up often anymore, but she will always be in a half decent spot just because every comp always has, you know, at least one auto attack hero. So yeah, that's all I have to say pretty much. There you have it, and take care.